Welcome to the fourth iteration of the weekly series, Road to the World Cup.
Awesome. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. There you go, sir. All right, cool. So last time we're actually trying to figure out how often we shoot these. We're trying to schedule it for weekly, trying to be caught up by the time World Cup gets here. We've been going at a pace of 2 per episode, meaning 2 groups. You know what I mean? With regards to like your updates, your thoughts, your feedback, who you think is going to be a probability of advancement to the second round and things of that nature. So, what do you think about that pace? Is that reasonable to go 2 at a time so that we can be at a particular, part in the with the discussion on all the countries, and then that way we have maybe a little break, and then we, kind of go full force again whenever the championship starts. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's perfect as long as Jacinto, when he comes back, he writes all the questions so I can answer them at the beginning or at the end. Otherwise, we're gonna be going in another direction. And we
Gotcha.
don't want
Gotcha.
competition. Even though 30 minutes sounds like a long time, if
Mm.
you talk to a girl, 30 minutes would be awesome. But 30 minutes we'll talk about soccer. It's like it's minimal time. So
I gotcha. Yeah, it goes by quick. It goes by quick. I gotcha. Okay, okay. Yeah, Jacinto will be back hopefully next week. It should be what we're trying to do. But we didn't want to lose momentum. We got 3 or 4. Um, so yeah, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. So countries, groups.
I'll,
What's up?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I almost canceled you today. You know
Oh,
why?
why, why, why?
Because the Sudamericana Cup is being played in 8 minutes,
In
and
8 minutes? Oh, okay. Well, hey, we can make it
it-
a 10-minute episode. Give us the summary. You get yourself set up, and you only miss the first couple
no,
of
no,
minutes.
no. It's fine. It's fine. Let's roll with this. It's well. Let me tell you. Um, Before we start with the World Cup, you need to understand that in
What you got?
some of the countries, they're applying the same thing that America applies with football.
American
The
women,
Super
say that
Bowl.
again.
You know how in football you don't have you have always a neutral city where the
Okay,
Super Bowl
okay.
is played. It's not necessarily like New England is number one and the Giants is number two and they're gonna play at New England. They don't give you the field advantage. It's
Gotcha.
it's wherever the city is big, right? So that is happening in soccer as well.
Okay.
Like the most important cups, like the Champions League
Mm-hmm.
and the UEFA Cup League, they're played always in a set city. It's called a neutral city because you don't know if your home team is going to make it to the final. So Latin America is applying the same thing. Libertadores final, it's in Ecuador. Sudamericana final, it's in Argentina. Who plays? Sao Paulo from Brazil and Independiente from Ecuador. So it's good. It's good that Ecuador gets to play in an international at the international level. Besides the prize, the money, the prestige that you get, and hopefully you get to sell some players to another clubs, which generates you more money. And at the same time, what you can do is that you invest in the club, which is what
Is there
Independiente does.
Are there some of the particular players that are kind of in the public eye with regards to this trading and things of this nature?
Um, Actually, no, you don't have a set player. Do I know players that are gonna be playing there and you want to watch? Yes, of course. Some of them have played in Europe. Some of them are playing right now, in their respective leagues. But the thing is that today it's like the highlight of their career. Today they can go from a player that is worth $500,000 to a
Oh,
player that you can sell in the next week for $2.5 million, depending on how they perform today.
oh
You know,
wow. Okay, okay, it's a big deal.
Today is like their final. It's like their final. They've been playing the whole year with this. You go to a phase group and then you go through a elimination process and you made it to the final. So yes, it's really good. Some of the Ecuadorians they play for the national team. Junior Sornosa, Angelo Preciado, a couple of players that we're watching.
Okay, 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 okay. All right, cool.
Okay,
Okay, what else did you want to bring up with regards to before we go into the group? I guess today we could talk about Group E. That way we don't go too fast and go 2 groups at a time, which are excuse me, Group E: Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. So what do
Well,
you think about those particular group, or what's up?
I like Germany. Germany, they do have players that are very important,
Yeah.
but the most important thing is their mentality. Um, Back in 2002, I believe, or 2006, I think it was 2006, when they hosted the World Cup,
Okay.
they didn't make a good run. They didn't win it, and for them to not win the World Cup in the country was like a
Yeah.
catastrophe. So what did they do? They invest in kids,
Oh,
in
okay.
in their farm system. That's what they
Awesome.
did. So the country, I mean, we're talking about the government. The government
Yeah.
said, "Hey, we lost the
We
World
need to
Cup
get
in
better
our
at it. We
country."
love this game. We're gonna be good.
So this is what happened. They have patience. So they build
Patience.
their team,
Patience. I like that word. Patience.
and it took them 8 years, but they finally won the World Cup in
Mm,
Brazil, 2014. So,
gotcha.
so I always like Germany. It's a very good team. It's a team that is worth $746 million.
Oh,
Their
the whole team
average
put together.
age, yeah, the whole team put together. We're talking about 26 players.
Gotcha.
Um, they have
Any
a
particular
good coach.
players? Any one player in Germany with the team captain, or anybody in particular that's uh somebody worth mentioning on top that you're like, oh, and they have this one player that's this.
Well, I mean, you can always you can mention the top players. Who are the top players?
Yeah,
Joshua
yeah,
Kimmich,
top players.
Nicolas Sule.
Nicolas Sule.
You have their goalkeeper. They have two of the best goalkeepers in the world, Manuel
Mhm.
Neuer and Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Neuer plays for Bayern Munich. Ter Stegen, he plays for Barcelona. Oh, so yes, I mean, you have uh, a team which, well, their mentality, it's not who's the star player. And, Thomas Müller, which is, he played back in 2010. So this is 10, 14, 18. This is his fourth World Cup.
Oh,
He said, we don't focus on one player. We focus on a team level. That's why we've won it
I like
four
it.
times. So it's the mentality.
Yeah, I like it.
Their
I like it.
captain, Joshua Kimmich. Who are the players to watch? You have Leroy Sané. He's a left wing.
Mhm.
I think Leroy Sané is 26. Kai Havertz, number 9. He's at 23. Oh, Jamal Musiala. He's 19. He plays for Bayern
19?
Munich.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, I mean, you have a couple of players that are very young. I think he's the youngest one right now.
Mm.
As you can see, they I think they are their average age is maybe 28, 29. So they're most of them. This will be they have one more World Cup left. Japan,
Yeah.
actually, Ecuador played Japan last week.
Oh,
No,
really?
I'm
How
sorry,
was
not
it?
last
How was
week.
the game?
Oh, it was a good game. Actually, Japan, it's a very good team. It's a strong team, and Japanese, they're very disciplined.
Discipline?
They have yes,
Ah, I like that. I like that
they
word.
have a lot of discipline,
Freaking
and
Japanese people are very disciplined. It's a small island, and they with that small island they do a lot.
yes, they do a lot.
They
And
do a lot in that little island in comparison.
the good thing about this is what Japan does. Japan copies what other countries do,
Uh-huh.
and they don't make a copy so you can sell it. They make a copy to make a name. And maybe you're gonna tell me, Gabriel, what are you talking about? I mean, I'm gonna give you
What are you
examples.
talking about?
So I know, Roberto. Toyota. Toyota, they
Okay, yeah.
have the Lexus. Listen, they have the top line, which is Infinity,
Yeah.
and what they call their best brand is Subaru. Well,
Ah,
they make quality things. They don't just copy like China. No, they do things the right way and
China
they
and the
make it
copies.
better. They're good. Um, Japan Japan has an average age about 32, so probably for most of them this is gonna be their last World Cup. Do I have a player that I want to watch? Yeah, Takefusa Kubo. He plays right
Akafusa.
now on loan. Takefusa Kubo.
Oof, that's an awesome name.
He actually he plays Real Madrid bought him when he was maybe like 16, 17, and he's
Okay.
been on loan. He's good. He's a good player. Right now, he's not playing for Real Madrid. I think they're waiting for him to mature enough. You also have a left wing. His name is Takumi Minamino. He plays for Monaco.
Okay.
There are a couple of players. Yes, there are also a team to watch. Costa Rica. I'm sorry, Spain. Yeah, Spain.
Okay, Spain. Cuéntame de los
I love Spain.
españoles.
I love their league. I love their coach.
Spain won it
Even though
8 years ago. Is that correct? 8 years ago, is that Spain? Or no, it wasn't.
2010.
2010. Oh shit, it was 12 years ago. Eesh.
Yeah, it's 2010. That's when they won. Their average age is 26.
Okay.
Players, God, I mean, they have very good players. They have, I mean, let me see someone I like. Yeah, you know, the defense, Daniel Carvajal, awesome.
Okay,
He plays for Real Madrid. They have one of the best midfielders in the whole world, which is Sergio Busquets. But he's he's at the peak of his career. I mean, this is his last World Cup. He's 34. But then you have two very young players. You have Pedri and Gavi. They're 18 and
Pedri
19.
and Gavi. Okay.
Yeah.
How old did you say?
They're 18 and 19.
Okay, okay. Ooh, young guys.
Yeah, they're very young. Let's see who else. Well, you have Nico Williams. Well, this is funny. Nico Williams, he's 20 years old. He plays for Athletic de Bilbao. Athletic de Bilbao, it's known. It's a team known. They don't buy players from other countries. You
Oh,
have to
really?
be from, yeah, you have to be from Bilbao. You have to live in Bilbao, or you have to have Bilbao roots. But the funny thing is that Nico Williams plays for Bilbao, and he's playing for Spain. His brother, Iñaki Williams, also plays for Bilbao, but he chose to play for Ghana.
Oh, why do you know why he took that route?
Maybe how they were raised. You know, sometimes you pick the side of the parent that you're most close to. I mean, you have two choices. You can be from Quevedo, or you can be from Esmeraldas. Which one did you pick? Oh, you chose Houston. Oh, what a traitor! What a traitor!
I have Houston.
Oh my God! Well, it's fine. We're not gonna go deep into this.
That's funny.
Who else? I mean, they have good players. They have good keepers. Their keeper, I think their best one, I think is Unai Simon, who also plays for Bilbao. He's 25 years old, and they're very good. They're very good players. As a team, they're very good. They just beat Portugal at Portugal. They beat them 1-0 to advance in the Nations Cup, which was
Cristiano Ronaldo was playing. Was Cristiano playing?
Yeah, Cristiano was playing. He was very upset because they didn't qualify.
Oh, there you go.
You know what? I forgot to buy my beer. So I'm drinking water. You know, it's like no, because when you're talking about soccer, you need scotch or rum.
Oh,
beer.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Okay, okay. That's how it is. That's how it is. I'll bring some scotch next time.
Yeah, next time. I mean, I just last night I bought a bottle of rum. I should have brought it with me, but I forgot. But anyhow,
Okay, so we can spice up the conversation, Uncle.
Huh?
I said we can spice up the conversation. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, next time.
I got it.
Let's talk about the other team, Costa Rica. They're called
Costa Rica, right?
They're called the Ticos. The Ticos. Their most representative player, I think, is going to be Keylor Navas. He's the goalkeeper for PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. Even though he's not the starter, but he plays there. He's a very good goalkeeper. He also played for Real Madrid. I think that's the keeper you wanna watch.
Okay.
For the most part, their average age, they're about 28, 29. They don't play in a very hard league. The only one maybe Juan Pablo Vargas. He plays for Colombian. For Colombian side, Millonarios. Who else? The rest of them they play in the local league. What happens when you don't have players outside of your country?
Yeah.
They don't have. They don't get to. They don't play. They don't compete at a higher level. They only
I see.
focus on their league.
Gotcha.
So if your league is not very good, they don't. I mean, they don't excel, right?
Gotcha.
This is what happened. There's some countries that they have maybe 2 or 3 teams that are very high on their league. You know, it's always repetitive, which they win it. Like Portugal, you have maybe 3 teams: Sporting de Lisboa, Porto, and Benfica. You don't have more of that, but they are in Europe, so they have more competition. Costa Rica is in Central America. They don't get to experience um, a very competitive. They don't compete at a higher level because
Gotcha.
Central America, they don't have a very good soccer team. Who are you gonna name from Central America? Panama? No. Honduras? No. Who else? Guatemala? I don't think so. You know, as we say in Spanish, from Guatemala to Guatepeor. You're not
Okay.
not competing. But nevertheless, they've made they've made a very good tournament the past times that they've played. So for me in this group, I'm gonna give it to. It's a tie. I'm gonna
Tie.
have. It's a tie. Germany. I'm gonna let them go past,
Okay.
and then I think there's gonna be the second spot is gonna be between Japan and Spain. I think Spain's gonna go.
So you're thinking
Spain
Costa
is
Rica
gonna
is
go.
not Costa Rica is not moving forward. So
No,
that's
not at all. I think maybe if they get 1 point out of 9 that they're gonna play, that's
okay.
a lot.
Okay. Interesting predictions. I like it. Okay, cool. So we've gone through the entirety of Group E: Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. I'll put a little summary page for the next episode. Get some questions going from Jacinto, and we'll do our fifth iteration of this, and then after that we got 2 more groups. So that should cover through October, get us into November, and kind of go from there. What do you think about that?
It's good. I
All
mean,
right, cool.
at the same time, you know, we can go through the groups. I think we have how many we have left? We have left
3 more.
1, 2, 3 more. I think
Yep.
we can talk about one more group if you want.
Uh,
We can talk, or
you
you
have
want to
to.
stop?
I mean, yeah, no, because I'm kind of hoping that we can spread them out. You know what I'm saying? Group. Make it a nice little 10-minute episode, 20 to see how we got to test in the lengths. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like,
that's fine.
see how
That's
they
fine.
go. You know?
Yeah.
So if we're not rushing, we can still. If we have to skip a week, we can skip a week. But right now, we have a nice consistency. We're episode number 4. We go through the next group. We're nice and thorough. If folks have questions, comments, please put them in the description. If anything else comes up during the week, I'll make sure to get my questions in. What else did you have in mind with regards to mentioning, aside from going to the next group?
Well, what I wanted to do, how about if the last Saturday of October, we're gonna be playing the Libertadores final. So
Okay.
maybe we can do that. We can schedule that at 2 o'clock, so I can watch the
Okay.
game.
I got you.
And we can analyze not only the Libertadores final,
I got you.
but we can also analyze the Champions League.
I got you. Okay.
The
That
group
sounds fun.
stages are now. I mean, you hear me talk about the Champions League. You know what's really good about the Champions League?
What's that?
You are divided into 8 groups of 4 teams, right?
Okay. Right.
The top 2 teams, they qualify to the next round. The third team goes to the Europa League, right? So the top 2 teams, they go into a pot, and then they go into they go through a lottery. So even though you qualify, you don't know who are you gonna play next, and that's what's interesting, because it may be luck or it just be fate. But that's what I like about Champions League. You qualify because you want to go to the next round, but you're not going thinking, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be playing the Giants, I'm gonna be playing the Patriots. You know, it's a soft team. I'm not saying that's soft, but I'm saying that you're going there blind. You qualify, but then you don't know who you're gonna be playing next. So then you're gonna ask me, why is that so important? Because you analyze the team. If you have the advantage of knowing who are you playing, you can analyze that team, and then you can apply your tactics and technique to your team. That's right. And I like Champions League. I mean, that's the cup with the most prestige. After the World Cup. So that's what I'm going to tell you. October 29th, I think we should be talking about Libertadores final, and
Gotcha.
Champions League, because those are the players that we're going to be watching at the World Cup.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Okay. Great. Okay. Great summary for today. Thank you very much, Gabriel, for going through Group E here at the Premium Advantage.